For this lesson, we are going to just have an introduction of vocabulary to angles formed when parallel lines are cut by a transversal. So you can see that I have a lot of vocabulary listed here, and this is a good time that after you listen to this video, you may want to go back and take notes and have their locations so that you remember all the angles named. When we draw, we're not machines, we're humans. So if they don't look very, parallel and straight, when you see two red arrows, that means the lines are parallel. And here we have the transversal is just a line that will cut through your parallel lines. Notice I've numbered the different angles that are formed, and we're going to be talking about them one at a time. So let's go to the first kind of angle. Corresponding angles. They sit on the same side of the transversal in the same location. So when I am looking at this picture, same side of the transversal means that now I'm talking about angles 2, 3, 6, and 7. But they have to be in the same location. So I can see that my angle 2 sits on the line and my angle 6 sits on the parallel line. So I know that angle 1, and since these lines are parallel, they are congruent or equal. That's the congruent symbol. And it's not angle 1, I'm sorry. We were talking about angle 2. We will be talking about angle 1 in a minute. Angle 2 is congruent to angle 6. And those are corresponding angles. So you notice that I started to write angle 1, but I was talking about the other side of the transversal. So now I'm going on this side. And again, I see I have angle 1 sits on the parallel line, and angle 5 sits on the parallel line, or it's made up of the top of the parallel line. So I know that angle 1 and angle 5 are congruent. They're corresponding angles. So if I asked you to name some corresponding angles, those would be the two pairs that would actually sit on the line that you would be able to name. We also have on the same side of the transversal, angle 3. Notice it is sitting on this side of the transversal below this parallel line, and angle 7 is on this side of the transversal below the parallel line. On the other side, we have angle 4 sits below the line on this side of the transversal. And notice angle 8 sits below the parallel line on the same side of the transversal. So we know angle 4 and angle 8, they have a special name of corresponding angles, that they are also congruent or they're equal. Alternate interior angles. Well, think about what alternate interior. Interior means inside. So notice they're located between these two parallel lines, but they're on the opposite sides of the transversal. So when I am talking about opposite sides of the transversal between the two parallel lines, I know angle 4 and angle 6 is a pair of alternate because it's on opposite sides of the transversal, and interior because it's between the two lines. So we have one pair right there. The measurement of angle, and this little sign means angle. It's angle 4 is going to go ahead and be congruent to angle 6. Again, there's another pair, angle 3, right here, is going to be congruent to angle 5. So angle 3 and angle 5, that's another pair of alternate interior angles. When we say alternate exterior angles, okay, alternate means opposite sides of the transversal, and exterior means on the outside of the two parallel lines, the outside that's formed. So I know that for alternate exterior angles, I have an angle 1 and an angle 7, opposite sides of the transversal, outside of the parallel lines. So angle 1, when you're parallel, again, they are congruent, is congruent or equal to angle 7. They're alternate exterior angles. And I have angle 2 and angle 8 is your second pair of alternate exterior angles. So when we have consecutive angles, we are talking about they are inside these parallel lines, but they are on the same side of the transversal. So I know angle 3 and angle 6 are consecutive, but consecutive interior angles, they add up to 180 degrees. So I know angle 3 plus angle 6 is going to equal 180 degrees. And looking on the other side, we have angle 4 and angle 5. So I know that angle 4 plus angle 5 is going to equal to 180 degrees. So as you're working problems, and there are going to be many slides where the next one, I'm just going to have you name the different types of angles. And then there will be another slide or video that I will be talking about finding their missing angle measurements with variable expressions. If this video was helpful to you today, please add a like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more Math with Marcia. See you again soon.